Everyone, how are you? It's not even, is it 5 o'clock? 5:18. I've been up for hours. Now, I've been up for about an hour, and now I'm going to try to figure out what I'm going to draw for you. And I'm going to draw, no, back to gallery. How do I make it go back to gallery? Drives me crazy, this thing. Because I don't know how to get back to the gallery. How do I do that? No. Drives me crazy. Sketch Club. Get rid of Sketch Club, then start it up again. New sketch. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to draw what I see. And of course I'm not prepared. I have to pair my Apple Pencil to the device, and I'm starting with black because black is the color of my soul, which many of you know, and it's also the color of my house, more or less. So I'm looking off into the depths of my studio and my studio home, and here's the nearest wall is right there, and there's some other things in the foreground here which may or may not be included later, but I'm just doing it to map out what I'm planning on doing. Everything is really subdued, shall I say? I will say it's subdued. So there we go. I'm just drawing, sort of drawing backwards. I should be doing it the other way. Start at the background and move forward. Here's a bunch of bills in a box that I just unearthed. They still remain unopened and will remain unpaid probably until I get a shut-off notice from my electric company saying if you don't pay between now and 3 o'clock today, your electricity will go off. It's happened before, but I have more important things to do with my money than to pay my electric bill, right? I want to buy some sparkly shiny thing instead of pay my electric bill. I have a feeling, though, if my electric bill were connected, if I had a vending machine for my electricity where I'd have to put a quarter in and have a quarter's worth of electricity and use my devices all day long, I would soon see just how important the electricity is. But it's much more fun to just ignore the bill. So in the distance, you're looking past the debris field in front of my eyes and past the various debris fields between here and the distance. There's how many debris fields? It's hard to tell. I think if my house were an aircraft crash investigation site, they would have said, oh, there had to have been a bomb on board because this debris field is far too disperse. There's too much debris in too many different places, so it had to have been a bomb to explode everything. But anyway, I realize that I have ODD, obsessive disorder. I really need to have disorder in my life to exist. What's the word? I've diagnosed myself without even going to the interweb to find out what disease I have. I just know from self-observation. That's the word I want. Because it's the morning, you have to forgive me for not being able to come up with the words that I need. Okay, they're still asleep. Okay, that's more orange. Right there. Oh, is that where it is? No. Back. It's right about there. Is that about right? No, it's down further. This is a yellow shirt, I think. And then there's some sparkly, oh, I know what this is. This is a sparkly plastic cover that was on a platter at a dinner party I had. And the reason I haven't thrown that away, even though I've consumed all of the cornbread that was in the platter, is I was thinking maybe I'll turn that into some sort of art piece. I had a friend who I paid to help me organize my life at one point, and he was under the impression that I should throw everything out that if I haven't used it in a couple of days, and I will not use it for any length of time, to just throw things away. And I can't do that because I have ideas in my head that this could possibly be used for something. So I have things, and I really should throw things away. You know, if I suddenly have an idea that I have to create using a plastic cover for a bunch of cornbread, I could go out and buy a bunch of cornbread, kill two birds with one stone, have lunch, and now that doesn't belong there. Have lunch and also get the materials I need for my art project. But, well, there's a little bit of strangeness here in this drawing, but that's okay. And I realize, you know, I have stores of lumber, and I live in a building where everyone is renovating at some point or another, and I can get lumber any day of the week. Well, not any day, but if I wait a day, then I can get it the next day of the week. So there's no reason for me to keep 20 2x4s that I trip over, because when I want a 2x4, it'll appear without a problem. Okay, what I'm drawing right now there's a shelving system, that's the word I want, system, that's essentially see-through. It's a plant stand of some sort, and on which I have placed a bunch of pen sets. No, too bright. Still kind of too bright. Desk pen sets, and so they are here, and there's bits of light. Oh, that's a ladder. I'm just trying to remember what I have over here, and I can't really see what the parts are. I'm just drawing what I see. I don't have to know what I'm drawing to be able to draw it. I'm just drawing. There's a little red thing. Now I know that, red. I know that the thing I'm drawing right here is a fountain pen gift box on top of a blue fountain pen gift box. And they're in a shelf, but that's not important. It's a blob of red and a blob of blue. I'm not drawing the things, I'm drawing what they look like. And here's I know what this is. I don't need to tell you. It's a thing that is dark, that has other dark things in it. That doesn't sound very interesting though. It's a drinking glass base that you put your drinking glass in, your gin and tonic in, or whatever you're drinking, and it looks like a fish head. That's what I was drawing just there. But you don't see any of it because it's in silhouette. Now I know what it was, but I don't need to know what it is to draw it. You could have drawn the same thing, perhaps even better, without knowing what it is. It might have helped not knowing what it is. Okay, so now, come on, what color is this? Way off in the distance here is a newly hung mirror. Just going to do this. Victorian era mirror. That has all sorts of Victorian era fol-de-rol to it. These are little turned, like little balustrades on it. The wall behind, no. The mirror is, you see there, and this is a cord, extension cord that's hanging on it, and the mirror is here. It's reflecting faintly whatever it's reflecting. So far, you can see why my house resembles the debris field of an aircraft accident, can't you? I painted my house years and years and years ago with this, it's white on top and or off-white above this line, and then it's sort of this greenish mental hospital green. Why isn't this dark? Mental hospital green background. I don't, it's all too bright. I'm making it black. What's wrong with you? There we go. Mental hospital green, which is bilious the right word I want for it? As bilious as it may be, it's kind of soothing. Strangely soothing, this color. Is this what I see through my little view here? On the floor here is this giant poof. It has a pattern of it, little red dots. And above that is, what is that? Oh, bright pink pieces of paper that are there, and then on top of that is a cardboard box. There's a little bit of light through yonder window breaks. There's a little bit of light. Olive drab carpeting you see right about here. I've sort of truncated some of this space. Needs to be darker. This is the edge of the carpet I just drew at the other end. No. Come on. Darker now. Come on. There we go. Make that darker. Okay, does that look more or less what I'm looking at? I think that does look more or less what I see. Let me make this wall here a little more. I sort of want this side of the left side of this picture to have a very plain, calming, unvaried, non-varied line space to it. Slightly oranger. Well, now it's too bright. Fix that in a minute. That's better. That's worser. There, that's better. It's interesting, the bottom part of the wall is cooler than the top. Now let's, come on. Straighten this wall out. Okay, now in this dark area here on the other side of the wall, there is just a couple of color bits you see. I can see that I didn't measure properly, but that's okay. That is perfectly fine. You don't have to measure. Am I doing this right? Yes. Okay, so the thing I just filled in is actually brighter. Than the background. This is a wall that is illuminated by the light on the right side. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are little drawers that contain pens, and below that, well, there's a lot of truncation going on. There's more space in the middle of the picture, both above and below. The black area in the middle is bigger in reality, but it doesn't really make any difference for a drawing like this. And why am I drawing this, you ask? I can hear you asking, why is this guy wasting his time drawing this debris field? And I don't know why I'm wasting my time drawing it. I don't have the answer for you. I know you wanted that answer. Okay, now comes the fun part. Drawing the very bright sparkles that are occurring in the various parts of this drawing that will liven everything up. I know I'm drawing them all more or less the same color, but they are all more or less the same color. They're metal objects that are reflecting the same light source, so they're more or less all the same color. If this were a paint by number kit, you would get out your number 19 and then find all of the areas that say 19, and so that's sort of what I'm doing, coloring the 19 in. Okay, now what else is there? Here's my, in the foreground here is my coffee cup that I'm about. There's a nickel and a dime and a washer. There's the washer. Actually, there's the nickel and there's the dime. And this is nothing over here. That's where I thought the coin was, but it isn't. Nickel, washer, and a dime, and a coffee cup. Coffee, it's actually a beer stein. I drink my coffee out of which I drink my coffee. There you go. Well, how does that look? And these things up here that I drew, these are pieces of, they're the straps from an old life jacket. There's one there, and there's one here. And actually there's a third one here, and then there's one behind. I know that that probably doesn't look like it helps, and it doesn't really, composition to have that big thing sticking out like a sore thumb, but that's what I see. I'm a realist after all. It does look kind of dumb there though, doesn't it? Up here there's another piece of fabric, felt, coming down that says something like "Kiss me, you fool." That was something you'd buy at a state fair, I think, on the end of a stick. Or maybe a wangy cane was at the end of a wangy. It might have had that thing saying "Kiss me, you fool." I have a bunch of other examples from that same pile of debris that say other things that are equally sexually suggestive. I'm slow but sure is the least obvious. The least obvious one. Well, I think this is about as far as I can go on this. Well, actually, let me finish by adding the bills down here that I was drawing. This is the one that the red on the inside that says "Open immediately." I opened something immediately. It was an electric bill, and it said if I don't pay by tomorrow, it was the date. The date on it was the day after the day I opened it, which was yesterday, saying if you don't pay by the end of today, my electricity will be turned off. And then I looked at it, and it was for 2 years ago. So I'm safe. But I do need to do that. Now that's way bigger than it is in real life, this basket, but no one needs to know that. Should I fix it? Should I make it smaller? Well, let me make it smaller. Okay, so I'm going to take this and reduce it down. This is transform scale. Look at how bright that is. Done. Now I have to fill this in with black because this is almost completely in shadow. Actually, I'm not going to do that. It's going to be too difficult. I'm just going to have it be bigger than it needs to be. Am I done? What do you think? Now there's still some other bright areas here that need to be added. No. That's a label on a cardboard box. This is the cushion on the chair, the striped cushion on a chair. 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. Looks like claws or teeth. Something else. I guess I did draw that bright thing already. Another thing there. Okay. I don't know. I think I might be done. So this is how I draw. I don't draw necessarily the objects. I just draw what they look like. And that allows me to not get sidetracked by the need to be accurate. This is more or less correct. Now, if I knew that I was drawing this Victorian era mirror, yes, I know I'm drawing the Victorian era mirror, but if I knew that if I was drawing that rather than the shape, I would be maybe more concerned with making things accurate and counting the number of these little whatever they are, these little turned knobs. See, I'm trying to be more accurate, and is this helping the drawing by doing this? I don't think so. It's like the line from the beginning, the first line of Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde, where the main character is playing the piano, and he asks his manservant, "Did you hear what I was playing?" And the manservant replies, "No, I didn't think it polite to listen." And then the main character, Algernon, goes on to say, "I don't play accurately. Anyone can play accurately. I play with feeling." And so that's sort of what, I can draw accurately if I want to, but that's not interesting. It's boring. I'm just looking to see whether this drawing is boring or not. Yeah, it's pretty weird. I admit it. I noticed that there's, in a couple of drawings I did recently, the palette isn't as varied as I thought it would be when I'm done and I look at it. And this one has that, even though I've got lots of different colors in it, there's something about it that seems not right. I think that might have helped. I think it needed a little bit more of that yellow color there. Come on. Thank you. The tapping you hear is the pen hitting the plastic pen hitting the glass surface. Well, I'm going to fix this thing that I didn't like. So I'm going to make this unpaid bill thing be smaller, because it is smaller. And it doesn't show up as garish white because I ended up adding a background to it. Okay. No. God bless. So now I have to finish. Copy that. There we go. Make that smaller. No. I'm just going to leave it be crooked. And now the background here can be black. No. Black. And now I just have to fix the green color here, move that over there. Add some more of the pattern in the rug. But it's a little darker than that. No, black. There we go. I think I'm done. What do you think? Done? Debris field. I have to just do one thing here. There we go. Now it's sitting on top of the poof. Someone was throwing out a bunch of poofs. These big cushions that... No. N-O. These big cushions. And I was about to throw them out, but then my cat started sleeping on them. So I figured, well, I better not throw it out quite yet. Adding more of the fabric, the pattern on the rug here. Just to have there, just a little bit more going off. Oh, and let me make the coffee cup look actually coffee cup-like, or more cup-like, mug-like. There we go. It doesn't have to look a lot like a coffee mug, but just enough to make it work. Come on, I want to get this color. Thank you. I'm having a hard time with this app. I don't know if they've changed it and done something weird to it. Quite often you will, well, very often. You'll have some sort of app you really like, and then they upgrade it or improve it, quote, improve it in some way, and then you have to learn how to make it work all over again. And I hate when that happens, because then I have to learn it all over again. How difficult, what was wrong with it before? Oh, here I'm trying to fix something and it's on the screen. I mean, it's a piece of lint that's actually physically on the surface of the glass, and here I'm trying to make it go away. I often will be Apple Pencil low. I don't know if you saw that. I often will try to, when I have, something, reading a book, and the type is too small, I try to enlarge it by moving my fingers away, apart, like it's a screen. And I say, no, can't do that. The book is not digital. And I spend lots of times trying to clean up something in Photoshop and realize it's some peanut butter left on my computer screen or something. Oh, no wonder I couldn't clean it off. Good peanut butter, I'll say, as I eat it. Okay, there we go. I'm done. What do you think? Now let's see if I can stop this thing. Export share JPEG. Save image. Now I have to turn the recording off. Hold on. There we go. Bye. Thanks.